Hello dear Literature in English 1 students. I'm doing this video tutorial to explain to you how to do the analysis of your book. Actually, you need to produce by March the 26th paper on the analysis of one excerpt of your book. So if you access Sakai, as you see here, and you click on the option course contents, which is in contenidos, Spirit of Literature Visit 1 course contents, so you access to this link, the three approaches. So in that link you will access to these particular folders. The first one is Peter Guidelines, the second one is Battefield Guidelines, and the third one is Triad Approach Commentary. So I'm going to explain a little bit all of these three different approaches to literary analysis. So we are going to start with Peter Guidelines, and this report will explain to you, if you decide to work on Peter, how to do this. So basically, in Peter approach, Peter is just a type of commentary that we use in literature. So if you are about to write down a paper using this model, Peter, so you need to click on this link, Peter Guidelines. All the explanation is in this Word document. So we have an introduction. You should develop the contextual framework, develop the road that you propose to your introductory section, and actually Peter stands for point, evidence, technique, elaboration, response, and that's it. So I strongly recommend you guys reading carefully this document so you will have the chance to understanding and ask me questions about it. So this is the first one, Peter Guidelines. The second one is Battefield Guidelines. So if you click there, you will access to this document. So what is the Battefield approach? As said before, is the second approach to literary analysis. So what you will have to do is to take one part of the book, that could be a chapter or a series of different pages that you like the most in each one of the books you are reading, and then decide if you are going to use a Battefield, Peter, or TAC approach to do your analysis. It's an analysis about in between 3,000 and 4,000 words. So you should start working more or less in this week until March the 24th. So Battefield stands for symbol, theme, organization, progression, big tree, atmosphere, diction, figurative language, imagery, and tone. So these are the elements that you will discuss in your papers. So each one of the things is explained, each one of the categories is explained here, what symbol means, theme, organization. So please read this document. If you want to work on this, you will ask me questions. I'll try to look for some models on how to do the analysis on this to have you something ready in the next days. And then we have the third literary approach, which is something that I've been working in the last few years, which is the Triad approach or the TAC commentary. So what is the TAC commentary? Well, there are different models. So if you access this right commentary, you will see different documents. We'll stick to this assessment rubric, which is this one. So the triad or tag approach, this is a checklist on the contents you need to develop. So you will develop the time frame, an introduction to your analysis. Actually, time frame, well, in this case, you will develop an abstract. The introduction to your analysis, a contextual framework, so the different elements that you should discuss when doing your analysis. Not all of these contexts you are going to discuss, just the ones that you consider are part of the masterpiece or the excerpt you are analyzing in your books. Then you have the linguistic framework. Then skip this part. You are not going to develop this part because you are not doing the analysis of poetry. That's going to be in the end of the semester, that we'll discuss it once I'll be with you guys. Then you develop the semantic framework. Probably you will answer and specific questions if provided. If you decide to do your analysis based on a question you want to develop, that's fine, or not. It's up to you. Then we have the conclusion of the speech and a further discussion. So this is more or less what you need to provide. So in the triad approach, so we have these documents. This is one of the models. This is an analysis of a literary a piece of literature, which is a poem actually. So it's a commentary based on the tag approach. So these are the different sections you need to develop: the abstract, keywords, then the introduction to the commentary, then the contextual framework, then the linguistic analysis, the semantic analysis, well, you are going to avoid this psychological approach, you don't need it, and then you end up your poem with a conclusion. That's it. I have another example. There's this website, which is the ELT program website, which is called uscofl.weebly.com. So when you access this website, you have different options. One of these is Newsflash, which is the journal in the program. So you have different volumes and issues of our Newsflash journal. Then you click on the last one, number 7, and then in the last part you have another paper, which is this one. Okay, this is another example of how to do a triad commentary or tag approach. So it's the analysis on a poem. So please follow this model, read it, understand it, decrypt it, deconstruct it, because this model is more or less what you need to hand in by ending March. Okay,